Hello, I'm Tan the TMBOTC channel. Now, I've talked about Neverending Story before and why I feel that's a brilliant movie. I loved talking about that. Halloween isn't really even my favorite horror movie or my favorite John Carpenter movie. That would probably be The Thing. Uh, and I think that, uh, like, when it comes to just like it wouldn't be on a top 10 or a top 20 favorite movies even. But thinking about it nowadays, I love watching some GTA RPs. So Chadoy, there's a couple others around here. Chadoy's still on here, yeah, JMDW. But it gave me two ideas for videos I wanted to do recently. And I know people are probably going to say October's over. I don't care. I'll talk about this stuff. Anyways, it's whenever I come up with different ideas. And I was thinking about the Halloween, the very first Halloween movie, and I remember a video by Decker Shadow. I love his channel, by the way. He's one of my favorite movie reviewers. Though he didn't find the first Halloween scary, a lot of it because Michael Myers takes a long time to kill people and he's just mostly standing around being creepy and stuff. And he doesn't really find that scary. I don't find the movie scary either, but I can still see why it's scary to somebody else. First off, I like to think of it as like a stalker serial killer movie. It starts out with a lot of stalker moments, and I think they are pretty creepy. And the otherworldliness to Michael Myers in that first movie, because like I love it when things aren't explained. It's the same thing why I love Lovecraftian stuff. And while it doesn't exactly remind me of that stuff, it still has that air of mystery, and that's what kind of makes it scarier. It's like a mixture of the fear of the known, an actual genuine fear of like a dangerous human being who has no motivations of why they're killing. They just do it for whatever reasons, combined with the fear of the unknown. Hell, he's even called the shape in the credits. And that just like, it's kind of like hearing the name It. Pennywise's It. It's like you don't know how to describe him. He's just it, or the thing. And I love that about the original Halloween movie. And uh, they don't explain why this guy doesn't die. He doesn't talk. He like takes so many injuries and he's still standing. He takes a bunch of shots, and they just leave the movie off too with the frickin' ending where he gets shot, falls off of the balcony, and then he just disappears when Dr. Loomis looks down at him or where he used to be. And you hear like the breathing afterwards. And it was originally meant to just be like a series or collection of horror stories. It's what Halloween 3 would become. And then Halloween 2, which I do enjoy Halloween 2. It is a more fun movie. And I think the idea of her being, because it does kind of make sense that, like, because, like, otherwise, I know it's just somebody stalking somebody randomly, but why would he bring a tombstone and such? I can kind of see why people would think that maybe the reason of his motivation was that he was related to uh, her character. But there's people who think that's really dumb. But I can kind of see why they went with it. Uh, af- like after they did the second one. But yeah, I love the air of mystery to him and just like how like there's even scenes where he just straight up vanishes or teleports from a spot, like the part where he's standing from behind a bush or the part where he's standing between the laundry that's out drying. She like literally the main character is looking at him at the time and he just straight up disappears in front of her. It's like, what the hell? Jamie Lee Curtis's character, I'm trying to remember her name. I'm having trouble for I'm bad with names and I'm sorry about it. Though I can remember the actress's name, I can't frickin' remember the character for some reason. But I love the air of mystery to his villain in that movie, and I think because of the just you don't know the motivation, um, he's very he's got a very like fantasized kind of way in how he kills as well. Just like the impossible of like impaling a guy with a knife on a wall, like what the frick? Like this guy's got like inhuman strength and everything. It's just all I can describe the movie as is inhuman. I just thought it was a really interesting thing to talk about. Why I think it still somewhat holds up today. There, of course, you can tell it's filmed in the 80s. You can all from the quality. You can also tell where they're filming because of some trees in the background of some shots. But yeah, I just love that air of mystery to him because you don't know what the frick he is, and they leave it so open to interpretation then. And then the movie had to get a million sequels. So, I don't know. Some of the movies are good, some of them mediocre, and then there's some that are just really bad and out there. But there are some movies that I kind of wish were left alone. I am glad that the Myers character did spawn some other brilliant movies, but at the same time, I'm like, nah. And I actually like what was it? When they rebooted the series again after the Rob Zombie ones. I actually like the reboots. At least the first two. The reason I like the second one is probably for the same reason as the first second film, which is just that it's a fun, chaotic film. Hell, I even describe him as being the John Wick of serial killers. How many freaking people he kills in that movie? As well as just that one opening scene where the fire department is trying to take out like the fire burning the building around Michael, and how many people he goes on a rampage there is just insane. I just love how crazy that film goes. Um, but I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about. Uh, I love things that have like an air of mystery to them. It's why I love the Elder Scrolls with the disappearance of the dwarves. I just love those things that you can talk about even to this day. And I feel like there are things with Halloween, and Halloween's kind of like one of those movies. It was weirdly the only movie I think John Carpenter got truly like really big on and was a big deal because of it. It actually did pretty well at the box office for him, where a lot of his films usually don't. And the ironic part is, I don't even think it's his best film. I love Big Trouble in Little China, They Live, The Thing, even In the Mouth of Madness. I love those more than Halloween. um, I think I even kind of like Halloween 3 more. But I can't remember if that was him directing it. I was actually watching his Vampires movie as well not too long ago. But yeah, I love some of his older stuff. His older stuff is freaking awesome. And I wish he was still a director. I love when I heard he wanted to direct Dead Space. That sounded really cool. I would have loved to see his take on a Dead Space movie. But yeah, um, I think that's about all I want to talk about there. It's much more a simple thing to talk about than I when I went off talking about Neverending Story. I just love the Neverending Story as well. There are so many other movies I would love to talk about. The problem with me trying to talk about movies is I don't because I try to avoid copyright claims and stuff. I can't show footage from the movies. I could probably show still images, but that's about it. And I don't know, like I hate trying to like I would love to review movies, but I don't know how to go about it without frickin' having trouble with frickin' YouTube being dick to me. So yeah, I just kind of do it this way, and let me know in the future what you think and what I could do to do better on that. What I could approach with that. Maybe still images would be better. I don't know. But you got so many other YouTubers talking about movies and they don't have this as their background. I have this way too much as my background. I guess it's just kind of my comfort zone thing. And since I don't show my face a whole lot, this is kind of it. But I got to find something else for that. And I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to tell Jimmy's mom I said hi. That's about it.